What is up, everybody? Carlos here, and today is the day I'm going to be showing you my PSP game and movie collection. Now, I've been collecting PSP movies and games for about almost 5 years now. This is actually not during the pandemic. I've actually had PSP games digitally um, since I've had my PSP back in since 2007. And well, that's around PS3 that you know I have actually collected more than I could actually play in my lifetime. But most games I have played and I have beaten throughout the years of having and owning a PSP, and just having them as my collection, part of my collection, is just a cool feeling to have. But I may be reducing some of these games in the near future. But for now, let's get started. First game on the list is Mercury uh, Archer McLean's Mercury. Now, there's two games to this set. This is the first game. I don't know if the other game. I think these two games are PlayStation exclusive. Now, I am actually collecting PSP only games, with some exceptions of ports that came out on PS2, and some games that just seem right to own on PSP system, whereas the Nintendo DS games just seem to be a little bit more watery in terms of gameplay and graphic wise. The PSP itself just has a better way of playing without using the second touchscreen. So yeah. Next up we got Street Fighter Alpha 3. Now I have it Alpha 3 because the A is actually, I mean, I could have put this on the M section and this on the Street Fighter section, or S, but I'll just put Alpha 3 Max Street Fighter. This is a port, of course, from the original Alpha 3 on PS1, with improved mechanics and gameplay and a lot of bug fixes. We have ATV Off-Road Fury Pro. Now, I've had this game for a long time, but I think it was the other game, because I think there's like 3 ATV games. I'm going to be doing another video of why there's 2 manuals on certain discs. It's just crazy that this one actually has 2 as well. Assassin's Creed Bloodlines. I never played it, but I just wanted to own it. This is actually a reproduction UMD, or box art. Someone actually reproduced the box art and it looks phenomenal. They did a good job on it. I could have bought the box art inserts, but at the moment I just, I figured I'd just get somebody to do it. Got Burnout Dominator. This game, I believe, is a PS2 port of Burnout 3, I believe. But yeah, because I know there's one that's Burnout 3 Takedown, but I don't know. There's only 2 Burnout games on the PSP, and I know one of them is exclusive and the other one is not. But I'm thinking this one is the exclusive. The other one was actually a port of Burnout 3. This one is Burnout Legends. This is a PSP exclusive, which is pretty cool. And yeah, it popped out. I actually tend to replace these because I don't like the stickers on them. But for now, I'm just going to keep some of them like that until I get some good replacement cases. Got Brooklyn High. This one has a reversible cover art, which is pretty cool. I'm going to be doing another video of reversible cover arts on certain games and game systems like PS3, PS4, as well as PSP. It's like a simulator. It's pretty weird. I think I ended up losing like I only played like 30 minutes and I went to the ending. I don't know what happened. I was like, how do you play this game? We got a sealed copy of Buzz Master Quiz. So I had two versions of this game. The original version actually had the original PSP logo with the PSP game icon. This is the revision with the much better looking PSP logo and such. It's pretty cool. Now it's sealed. I probably will never take it out of its case. I know it's not worth much, but like I said, most of these games were part of bulk, and some of them were sealed. This one on one hand was actually a sealed copy, and that's cool, you know. The only Call of Duty game on PSP, Call of Duty Road to Victory. Again, this is the one with the updated PSP favorites. I'm trying to see if I can get this focused, but I guess I can't do it. I'm gonna have to turn on the little flashlight. So it's nothing really special. I think this is a Canadian version, but yeah, there's certain games with PSP favorites on them, but I only like the favorites part because I think Greatest Hits logo is like, I just don't like it. Whereas the favorites, it just has that fresh look PSP logo to it. I don't know. I like the new PSP logo that they had made. Crash Tag Team Racing. Now I had this game on PS2, and man, I played the heck out of this back in high school on PS2. Now I'm playing this on PSP. I did beat it, but what I like about this game is that you can connect the PS2 and PSP, and you get more cars. You get like 4 more cars for each. Because in this game, Crash has a hot rod, as opposed to the tri-winged motorcycle that he has, a motorbike in the PS2 version, which is pretty cool. Crash of the Titans. Again, I have this on PS2. I believe there's a connectivity for PS2, but I don't know. I don't really remember. I haven't touched this game on PSP yet, but I will eventually. I did play this on PS2. I'm about to finish it, but I need to go back and finish. I have a ton of backlog. I have Crash Might of Mutant. I haven't played it yet on PS2 or PSP, but I will eventually play it. I forgot to open up the other games, but that's okay. I'll probably see the thing on it. And then the Crash. So there's only 3 Crash games on PSP. And well, they're not the Crash games that we grew up, but we can always play the Crash PS1 games if you have them digitally. We have Final Fantasy VII, Crisis Core, or Crisis Core Final Fantasy VII. Now, I never actually knew this was a PSP Favorites logo update. Now, I do have the original casing. Here's the original PSP case, as you can see. But I'll be doing another video on the updated logos and such on the PSP. Okay, so moving on. Got the Cydia 12 Final Fantasy. Now, I did have the original Cydia when it first launched, but this is the definitive edition, so there's no need to actually get the original game. This actually has the original plot from the Cydia, so you want to ask whether or not to get the Cydia, the first game. I would suggest getting this game instead because there's also DLC on it, which you could still probably buy on PS3 store. You just have to search it. It is not compatible for PS Vita though, which is a shame. But you could, like I said, get the PS3 and then download it on your PSP itself. So yeah, and also this game has like updated mechanics, like the rush system has been improved. which is crazy because I remember doing the rush system back in the original game, and it was slow, but at least you had a heads up of when he was going to do special attack. This game, however, I haven't played it for so long that sometimes I would lose the rush battle. So we have Dragon Ball Z Evolution, or Dragon Ball Evolution. There is another Dragon Ball Z game, but I probably won't get it. There's certain games I just want to keep, like I said. I will play this. I'm hoping this is like a Tekken game. And yes, I do have it on the black GameStop case because I don't know, it just looks pretty cool. These cases are, even though they're very cheap and they can break, they're still pretty good, in my opinion. They just have the lack of protection or lack of destructive force that someone could probably break it. So I have a European version of Driver Simulator 6. I'll probably get rid of this game because this is actually in Spanish. As you can see. Let's see. Yeah. Compite en modo multijugador en carreras. So some words are European or Spain or whatever, but I'm pretty sure you can play this game on English. This is the only driver game on PSP as well. This is, I think, based off Driver 3. So we have the dual pack, Ratchet and Clank, or Clank and Daxter. That's pretty cool. I'm gonna show you both real quick. Got Daxter, and this came out. I don't know why there's no manual. I should have had a manual, but I'm probably gonna replace the casing because this is broken. But this one actually has the updated PSP favorites, only on PlayStation thing on it, and Clank with the old Greatest Hits logo. But like I said, I'll be doing another video on that. I know I mentioned it so many times, but like I said, this is the only dual pack I have though. I didn't want to have I do want to buy the other dual packs, but what's the point of having dual packs if you have the other games without the little box? And we have Exit, another. This one is on Xbox Arcade, I believe, but I think it just plays better on PSP. It's pretty cool. I believe there's two Exits. There's this one, and then there's Exit 2. But Exit 2 didn't come out for PSP. Exit 2, I believe, it came out for the PS3 and Xbox. Alright, so we're actually in the second batch of games. Like I said, alphabetical order. I think from here on out, everything's alphabetical. So we have God of War, Chains of Olympus, the original case of PSP. The updated one has the greatest hits with the only on PlayStation thing. It's a shame I had to find a replacement casing for it, but oh well. This one has a reversible cover as well. It's pretty cool. I do kind of want to start doing that, putting reversible covers, or the ones that do have them on PSP. Some of them look pretty dope. We got God of War, Ghost of Sparta. It's a good game. So a lot of people don't understand it. This game takes place before God of War 1, and this game takes place before the events of God of War 2. So this one is a reproduction case as well, because there would actually be a reversible cover. But nonetheless, we have the full game. And I could have been able to buy the add-on if I could have on the God of War 3. Yeah, because this is right here includes Demio's skin. Or, yeah, I don't know if I'm saying it correctly, but anyway, yeah. God of War, Ghost of Sparta. Grand Theft Auto Liberty City Stories, the highest selling GTA of all time for PSP. Before people started hacking the system, of course, because let's face fact, once the PSP was, hacked, a year in, people were just pirating games left and right. But it's still a good thing we still have we still ended up getting a lot of good PSP titles despite the hacking, because without games, PSP would have never existed. But yeah, no map on Liberty City Stories, but oh well. I am playing it currently at the moment. Fortunately, no Vice City Stories. I do have it digitally on my PSP Go, but oh well. We have MX versus ATV on the Edge. This is a THQ game, or THQ Nordic if they were to release this game again, but there's actually no way of that happening. But that would be pretty cool if developers would actually just go back and just re-release some certain games on PSP. We have Jack and Daxter, but it is not what you think. This is the La Frontera Perdida. Now this is Spanish, probably in English as well. Again, the European version. It's weird. I'll never understand why European games all have the text like that. But oh well. Reversible cover. That's pretty cool. This is the European version. The US version has the updated PSP logo with the only on PlayStation as well vibe, which is okay, I guess. But yeah, and it says right here Region 2. That's cool. But yeah, I have one more European game, but I will show you a little bit what it is. We have Avatar, the game, or James Cameron's Avatar, the game. That's how I could have just put it Avatar and put it in front with A, but it's okay. Let's put James Cameron. So my little brother had this game. I told him about it, but for some reason he doesn't remember that he had it. And then we actually have Avatar El Videojuego. This is the PSP European version. The cover art on this looks better because it's like from the movie, I believe. So yeah, look at that. It's cool. But yeah, it's in Spanish as well. Juego y manual en castellano. I don't know how to pronounce that. So yeah, let me check the manual. Oh yeah, manual's different too. So yeah, manual is same as video game or as the movie, but yeah, it's pretty cool. So that's the last one. That's the last European game I have. These games actually came with my PSP N1000 before I ended up selling it a couple of weeks back. Kind of miss it though. Hot Shots Golf 2 OPT. Now I did have the first one, and I'm actually getting another one again because I bought a bulk of PSP games, and I have the greatest hits version of this game. So yeah, it's pretty cool that I'm gonna get it again. I kind of want that Pongyo Golf game, but I cannot find it, and people want too much for it. It's crazy. Got Kingdom Hearts, only Kingdom. Well, there's actually 2 Kingdom Hearts games on PSP, but we didn't get the second one. Now the Japanese version is actually holographic case, and I kind of want to get it, but yeah. The UMD casing was replaced because he was, and actually, I actually do have two Kingdom Hearts games. This one apparently didn't have the manual, but I ended up just sticking the manual on this whole game because I think this box is much better looking. Also, the UMD casing on the other one is missing as well. So what the heck? Just do it. Got Lego Batman. This game is kind of hard for my PSP to read. So I don't know what's wrong with this game. I played it, but sometimes the game doesn't seem to want to read. But I'll just get the PS3 version and just call it a day probably. Lego Indiana Jones. The casing is destroyed, but it's okay. No manual, but like I said, I bought it. I think it came with 2 games. Another Lego game, which I'll be showing you in a little bit. Lego Star Wars 2. Now, I haven't seen a black labeled Star Wars 2 yet on PSP. I'm pretty sure there's one, but almost every one that I've had has been greatest hits. So this one has the Star Wars 1 and 2 levels, so you don't miss out on playing those. Got Lego Star Wars 3. Now this is the Clone Wars Star Wars with Ahsoka and Anakin. This was like before the Revenge of the Sith, and during the Clone Wars. So yeah, haven't played it yet, but eventually I'll play it. We got Loco Roco 2. Now, I actually bought the game loose, but I bought a bunch of UMD cases, and this was part of the case that I bought, and I just did two and two together and ended up just saving the loose copy from the Myers and having it complete in box with manual. As you can see, it was part of GameStop's thing, and back then it was $9.99. Can't really see the price on it. Maybe you can, but yeah. And the original on PlayStation logo was on the left side instead of the right side. I'm gonna get Loco Roco, the first one as well. Midnight Carnival is a DLC only game, but it's okay. You're not really missing out because it's Loco Roco 2 with it's just expansion. We got Little Big Planet, PSP, the only PSP Little Big Planet. Someone actually wrote on this. I don't know why, but it's okay. This actually came. The case came by itself. I ended up buying the game loose copy of the game, and like I said, like Loco Roco 2, I ended up putting both two and two together and saving a game from being loose, because to be honest, I don't like loose copies of games. It just ruins the collection. Got Luminize. There's two Luminize games. This one apparently is on PS2 and I think Xbox. But Luminize 2 is PSP exclusive, which is weird. But yeah, I might get rid of it. Maybe not. Maybe yes. But like I said, I'll be making another video of games I'll be getting rid of. Because I might be shortening my list of PSP games I'm looking. Medal of Honor Heroes. Again, case only. UMD was loose. No manual though, but it's okay. We still got the game in the case. Medal of Honor Heroes 2. Again, case only. UMD was saved, but this game is on Wii, which is weird because the first game is not. The first game is on PSP only, but it's cool to have both of them because it's part of the set, and I'm glad to have them. Medieval Resurrection. This is a reimagining of Resident Evil 1, or Resident Evil. Medieval. Excuse me. Medieval. Not Resident Evil. Medieval. Excuse me. I've been playing too much Resident Evil lately. I'm sorry. Medieval, the only medieval game on PSP, and this is a reimagining of the original Medieval on PS1. I played it and it's okay game, but eventually I'll grow into it. I'll be playing it during the Halloween months, maybe early September. So yeah, I did play the first level though, and it's like I said, the levels have been reimagined, and it's a little bit different, but it's still cool to have. I know you can see the TV a little bit. I usually like having the TV on while I do videos. For me, it lightens the mood. Right now, it's actually the Super Friends, and it's on Me TV Tunes. If y'all haven't, if you don't have cable, It's a free network channel. Cartoons from the 60s and such, but also good classic cartoons. Anyway, let's continue. More Mortal Kombat Unchained. Everyone says this is the definitive edition because it comes with Goro, Khan, Frost, Katana, I believe Johnny Cage, and well, it says right here actually. So Katana, Jax, Frost, Blaze, Goro, and Shao Kahn. Blaze is different from this game and Armageddon. Armageddon, they make him like Onaga. But yeah, I mean, it works. It's a good game. Kind of suffers from a little bit of a frame rate issue, but still works. You know, only Mortal Kombat game on PSP, by the way. Mortal Storm Arctic Edge. Good game. I really do love the Mortal Storm series. Particularly the first two. The third one I didn't really like much, but this game could have been on PS3 if Sony wanted it to be. But this is on PS2 as well. Or I think this game came out a year after. But you know, most of the time when they do a port for the PSP first and then PS2, it just seems a little bit more blurrier, considering the fact that PSP has a little bit of better control of graphics wise, and it just has a better onboard memory chip than PS2. Because PS2 what came out in 2000, and no, I think it's 2001, and then PSP came out 3 years later, 4 years later here in the US. But yeah, it's a good game. It plays just like your Mortal Storm on PS3 though. Killer soundtrack as well. Underground Rivals. This is a port of Need for Speed Underground 2. There's no free roaming, which is a big shame, but you know, it's still pretty cool, you know, to have a Need for Speed Underground 2 port. I have yet to play this game, but I will eventually play it. Did I open this? Yeah, I did. This one has a reversible cover as well. The guy in the little snowmobile thing. It's also on the front cover of the game. Need for Speed Most Wanted. So a lot of people slept on Underground Rivals, but when this game came out, this is pretty much Most Wanted PS2 port with the cutscenes. This is that same girl from the cutscenes. But gameplay wise, it's pretty like kind of dry. I mean, it works. I'm not gonna say it doesn't work. It works, but you know, for a Need for Speed game, this one is kind of poorly executed because there's no free roaming. But again, soundtrack is good, and customization is good. I mean, what more can you expect? I do have Carbon, but I don't have the incomplete and box. I do have the UMD, but I'm gonna be showing you all my loose UMDs as soon as I finish up the boxes. Got Pac-Man World 3. I never knew there was a Pac-Man game until I bought a bulk of PSP games with the system, and this came with it. Now I enjoy a little bit of Pac-Man here and there, but this is a port, I believe, from PS2, and it's pretty cool to actually have a Pac-Man World game on PSP. We got Rock Band Unplugged, only Rock Band game on PSP, but it's kind of awkward to play. But with Fortnite having the button layout, this game is relevant just as Rock Band Fortnite. Because but on this game you play with 4 instruments. You have to switch between 4 instruments, and it's pretty cool. You know, they have good soundtracks, and I did buy a couple of DLC packs on PSP, and I'm kind of glad that I bought it. Um, I actually have the Rock Band on Lite, Rock Band Unplugged Lite on PSP Go, because that's the game we were offered on PSP Go when we first adopted it. These are we I was a early adopter for PSP Go, and but the game only came with 5 songs. It didn't come with like the full 30 songs or whatever. How many songs the game has? 40. It says 40. Resistance Retribution, the only Resistance game on PSP, and has a reversible cover. This game is very hard. Well, I'm actually like I'm almost at the end of the game. But this is one part I keep dying on, so I'm kind of just I'm gonna call it quits for now. But I'll eventually pick it back up and beat it. Once I beat the game, we'll going forward I'll play another PSP game. But yeah, I mean this game takes place before the events of Resistance 2, I believe. This game takes place during Resistance 1 and before the events of Resistance 2. But that's just my perspective on it. I know Resistance, because there's a lot of references of Resistance 1 taking place. Scooby-Doo. Who's watching you? You know, that rhymes. There's a PSP and DS game version of this game, but I would think playing this game on PSP is a lot better, considering the fact that you don't have to worry about using the touch screen, and using the buttons is, I think, a better way to experience this game. People would say DS versions of games are better than PSP, but some of them are just, you know, haters. PSP just has better hardware. We got SOCOM Fireteam Bravo. I've had this game so many times. I think I had this game like maybe 4 or 5 times already, when I buy bulk. But I decided to keep this one just because. We have the second game, Bravo 2. No manual, but has a cover art just like the first game. We have Tactical Strike. I do have Bravo Team 3 on digital. I do have the case for it as well. But as soon as I get the game on physical, I will update the game, or I will show y'all. But yeah. It's crazy that these are only on PSP. But, you know, it would have been cool to have PS2 ports. SpongeBob Yellow Avenger. I bought this for my brother, but I think he didn't like it, or he didn't know how to play it. So I ended up buying him Iron Man 2, and he couldn't play that either. But oh well, it doesn't really matter. He liked Iron Man 2 more than this game. But yeah, this game is on Nintendo DS as well. People would say that the DS version is better, but I think this game runs good on PSP. I know there's glitches left or right, but you know, almost any type of game you play will have glitches. Sometimes we think that whenever there's a greatest hits version, that the bugs have been squashed, and that when they do revisions of the game, but sometimes they just don't release another patch for the game itself. Even though PSP, you can actually download updates on it now like a PS3. We got Battlefront Squadron. This is also on DS. But I played it on PSP, and it runs good on PSP. It's like you're playing Battlefront 2. Which, speaking of Battlefront 2, I have it right here. And also Renegade Squadron, which is the PSP exclusive. This one came out on PS2. I feel like just getting the PS2 version of this game. But this game works good as well on PSP. Sometimes it's good to have the PSP version because, as you can see here, it says 3 challenges exclusive for PSP, which is cool. And that's why I do, like I said, collect certain versions, especially PSP versions, because I think they just have better exclusive content and stuff that the original game did not have. We got SOCOM, our Siphon Filter, Dark Mirror. Oh yeah, I have it on my my PSP backlog. I'm gonna be playing this next after Resistance. But yeah, I actually bought this at a retro game store. Um, and apparently I found, or actually ended up getting this game loose, and then I bought the bulk of UMD cases, and this was part of the case. Um, so I actually have two. I have two copies of Dark Mirror, but I'm gonna be getting rid of one of them. This one you can play up to 8 players, which is pretty cool. So it's an espionage game. It's like Metal Gear. If people don't know what that is, but yeah. We got Dark Resurrection. It's Tekken 5. The Tekken 5 is actually not present, but you will know. So yeah, we have Dragonov and Lily in the front. These are the two new characters in this game, and I think this game comes with ticket building as well. So yeah, I mean, this game, I remember playing this game back then. My friend had it. I used to play with Nina and then Anna a lot, and they just became Anna became more my favorite character because I didn't know her moveset until I started playing with her. She's low tier to this day, but she's just so fun to play with. Tekken 8, they just rehauled her, and it's just pretty cool. We got the Hustle, Detroit Streets. So this is a damn, I forgot what the thing is called. Pool. This is a pool game, and it looks a little bit interesting. I have never really played pool in my life, but I might play it one day. So it came with a bundle, and I was like, you know what, I'll just keep it because, it looks pretty interesting. I like the cover art. It looks cool. I'll eventually play it. So we got Ghost Recon 2 Advanced Warfare. This has, I believe, some certain things for PSP. Yeah, this is exclusively developed for PSP system. So I know there's a PS2 version or a PS3 version of this game, but I think there is some factor to this game that it has for the PSP. That they always put. Sometimes you can say, "Oh, they're just lying because they just want you to buy the game." Well, it's not really entirely true. They do have some exclusive features present on PSP, but you know. Again, I bought this loose, and I bought the case loose. Both of them part of bulks, and I ended up combining them and having the game complete. We got Tony Hawk's Pro Skater or Project 8. Same thing. I bought this was part of a bulk, and luckily I was able to get the case for it as part of the bulk of cases that I bought, and I ended up getting a complete in-box product. I will play this eventually. I haven't played a skateboarding game in a long time. I know Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3 and 4 remake or remaster came out on PS5, but I don't know. Anyway, but this is right here, PSP system exclusives. We got 14 multiplayer modes. We got 8 classic levels, like Hawaii, Alcatraz, and the Wall. You can see right there. That's why, like I said, with some exceptions, I do collect PSP games just because. And we have this WWE game. This was actually recent. I bought this with a bunch of cases, and this game came actually with the game, which is rare because I actually wasn't expecting this game to be in this case. Now, only keeping it because of the Blockbuster logo and how much it cost back then. That's crazy that back in 2007 it was $14.99, and this game came out in 2006. But you know, it's just crazy that they had it for sale. And we'll be seeing the last batch of PSP games just momentarily. Alright, so we got our last batch of games. We got Twisted Metal Head On, classic game, a launch game. This game is a better port than PS2 port. I don't. I had the PS2 port, and there's like a lot of weird glitches in the game. Like when you fight Cousin Eddie, um, every time at the beginning of the cutscene, whenever he breaks the windows, it looks like freaking popcorn. I don't know why. Even the top, I was like, what the heck is this? Like, did they actually put popcorn effects in the game? We have Untold Legends, another launch game on PSP. Now there is a second game to this game, a sequel to this game. So it's I guess top down dungeon crawler game. But I don't know. It seems like I'm not feeling this type of game. It is developed by Sony Online Entertainment, although the game or the company has been defunct for years now. When I look at that logo, all I think about is free rounds on PS3. We got Wipeout Pure, another launch title, and only on PSP. Pulse, Wipeout Pulse is a sequel to this game, and it's on PS2 as well as PSP. But this game runs better on PSP. I'm not gonna say PS2 is not obsolete. I have a lot of PS2 games, and a lot of PS2 games run better on the system than PSP. But so that could be the same thing could be said for PSP games on PS2. And then we got well, I actually ended up doing a reverse cover thing. So this is a Shaolin Showdown. Um, so actually, yeah, like I said, I did do the reverse cover on it. So, what I mentioned earlier about the games being better, this game is better on PSP than PS2. Because I actually did have the PS2 version of this game. But yeah, this was part of a bulk I bought a couple of months back. You probably saw the video. But yeah, it's cool that I actually have this game now. We got Yu-Gi-Oh! This was a game I kept for a long time in my collection, and the game is actually in my pile of loose games, which I'm going to put this back. So Hurricane Harvey came and went, and it destroyed like the case itself. That's why the manual's gone. And that's why you see a bunch of, that's why you see the case kind of yellowish. And then the only Japanese game I have is Attack Force 3. Now, Attack Force 3 is very, very expensive right now. I don't know why Sony did not release this game on PSP here in America, and only released it in Europe. But it's a big it's a down factor of not owning this game on English. Although having this game on English, you know most of the cards, so you really just play this game. And the cool thing about this game is that even though it's Japanese, you can see all the cards that are not censored, and you can also see, or you can hear the VAs of the characters that you play with when you're dueling. That's pretty cool. But yeah, I did play this back then. I did pirate the game years back when this game came out. It runs terrible on emulation. Even on your PSP, it just runs terrible. It has frame rate issues. when you're loading to a new screen, and sometimes when you're dueling. But yeah, it's not recommended to download the game. It's just recommended just to play the game on UMD. And then we got some UMD loose copies. I'll be showing you right now. So we got this one, Throw Ride. We got a Full Auto 2. Got Bust and Move. We got Sonic Rivals. These are all on alphabetical. We got Rainbow Six Vegas. We got Renegade Squadron. It's a movie. We got Sims 2 Pets. We got Tag Force 4, which is probably one of the worst ones. I didn't really like it much. Got another copy of Renegade Squadron. I don't know why, but we'll take it. Got PQ2. This is a puzzle game. It's good for the brain sometimes. Simulated. We got SWAT. We got Thrillville, the first one. We got Rush. We got Need for Speed Pro Street. We got Star Wars Force Unleashed. We got Logan Shadow. And there's a copy of Yu-Gi-Oh! That I missed out on showing you. And then, so we got Undercover. We got Tales of the World, Radiant Mythology, Carbon on the City. This is probably the best one. Those ones good too. I just wish that they did roaming, free roaming, because the map is so big, especially when you're racing. We got Ben 10. This was actually my brother's. I believe I bought this one for him as well. And to this day, I still can't believe I kept it for him. And then we got some movies here. And then we got Ratchet and Clank, which I'm going to try to get the case for. So, and all in all, there you have it, folks. My PSP entire library collection. Yeah, it took a long time to do all this. And it's crazy to think that I have all these games. And that more than half I played in my entire life. That I've owned PSP and my life as well, my real life. So all in all, I'm gonna be continuing to play PSP games until there's no more. And until then, keep on gaming, people. And also, go physical on games, man. You can buy digital games, you can pirate digital games, but in reality, physical games are still viable and still reliable, and they're not relevant, like people say. Or they're not irrelevant. Relevant is actual term of saying these are still popular. So, as always, thanks for watching. Comment, subscribe, like, all that good stuff. Any ideas, let me know, and I will be showing y'all part 2 of the UMD movies that I have. Till next time, take care, everybody. See y'all guys next time.